Why can't I ever just see something and enjoy it at face value for whatever it is? Most people would just like either scroll right by this or walk right by it at the event and just be like, oh, Time Machine was at the golf event. Sweet. That's neat. But the second I see it, I have to be like, why? Why was it there? Who does it belong to? Who brought it? How long was it there? Why'd they park it right there behind that sign? Like at the beginning of Back to the Future. So I read the article, and they didn't answer any of my questions. But what they did do was give me enough ammunition to go down a week-long rabbit hole of coincidence, correlation, and psychosis. And here's what I found. Donald Trump bought this almost, 500-plus acre estate from John DeLorean. Just coincidence that the Brown estate was 435 acres that was sold to developer. Coincidence, not exact, but pretty close. And I still don't know why, but Ivana Trump is buried on that property? Seems odd. Coincidence. When Marty returns to 1985 from 1955, he crashes into the old theater, which is now the Assembly of Christ, with Reverend John Crump. It's just a coincidence that Donald Trump's grandparents were Frederick Trump and Elizabeth Christ Trump, and his uncle's name is John Trump. I know that said Crump, but coincidence. Probably also just a coincidence that Donald Trump was injured because of a blind spot.
I can't believe you loaned me your car without telling me it had a blind spot.
I'll admit, that one's a reach, but, still there. And just hear me out on this one, because when Marty goes back to 1985, he decides to go back 10 minutes early to warn the doc about the attack. And I know it's day, hour, minute, but 5/1/24. On April 5th, 2024, an earthquake. Epicenter is Trump's golf club. It actually wasn't the epicenter. The epicenter was 3 miles away. Close enough. And do you remember the end of Back to the Future?
How far ahead are you going? About 30 years. It's a nice round number. Pick me up when you get there, all right? This will be about 47.
And I don't know if he caught that, but he's 17 now. But he will be 47. What's the 17th letter of the alphabet? And who's most likely going to be the 47th president? I'm not saying that Donald Trump is Biff in Back to the Future, although in Back to the Future 2, Biff is modeled after Donald Trump. He looks like Donald Trump, but he lives in Biff Towers, which is a casino hotel, and he has a portrait of himself that he likes to stand in front of, not unlike... Just saying. And apparently during his recent interview, he was sitting in front of this portrait. If I saw somebody dressed like that, I would want to throw a meatball sub at him. Like, I would go out of my way to get a meatball sub, bring it back, and throw it at him. Just because... This sweater is made of cashmere. It is 100%. Uh-oh, I need a Tide pen. I think there's one of my Rolls Royce. It's the nicest Rolls Royce, the best Tide pen in my Rolls Royce, which is also white. That portrait just screams Alpha Beta from Revenge of the Nerds. For some reason, I want to punch that portrait. I don't know why. But anyway, I mean, like, that's that. It's a lot of coincidences. I'm sure I missed. Oh, the goats. Like he got goats with the property, and then he landed on a goat farm. Maggie, we've got a hurt man here. That's what he said. And I know not all the dates match up, but like, do they really have to with like temporal displacement and shifting timelines? I mean, there's all this math involved. And you remember in Umbrella Academy, Five was always doing math. He was like writing like symbols and letters and all sorts and squigglies. Like, I don't know. Math is hard. So yeah, I mean, like I'm pretty sure we're living in Back to the Future.